Hey all you vape heads out there, this is Eric the Saint Sire. We're still at war with the FDA. If we stay steadfast and hold together, we'll defeat our enemies. Today we're reviewing the Sentinel M16 Clone. Vaping from the trenches, this edition of the Coil. Thanks for sticking around, guys. And if you haven't subscribed to the Coil, you can do that always right here. So what are we talking about today? Today we're going to get down and dirty with the M16 Sentinel by Hcigar. Picked this unit up off eBay for about 20 bucks. And as usual, while we start the chat, the breakdown window will come up over here. You can click on it and it'll link you to an external video for all you uppy and closey fanatics. So the unit itself breaks down into 5 pieces. You have the 510 floating connection up here. You have one still cylinder below, a brass piece with air holes for battery venting, another one on the bottom with the Sentinel M16 logo, and you have your trigger piece with the locking and unlocking function on the bottom. Now there are a few different versions out there on the market of the clone of this. Hcigar actually makes 2 of them. They make one that's a stainless steel and one that's aluminum version. This is the stainless steel version. The reason I picked that up is because I abuse items. I will throw them down. This already has a couple of nicks and deep bangs in it, and it's holding up just fine. I love the size of this unit. It's pretty much the size of an 18650 battery with a 510 connection and a trigger unit with one little downfall, which we'll get to a little bit later. This unit has just a slick look to it. I like the feel of it, and it fits perfectly in my change pocket with a 30 ml bottle, because you know, that's like my runaround pocket. The unit hits pretty decent for a clone I only spent $20 on. Let's take a look. Sweet. This unit's a perfect little stash and go kind of a MECH. I took it on a trip with me to Mexico with the tugboat while I was away for those couple of days, and I was not unsatisfied by my vaping the whole time. I'm really feeling the trigger piece on this. The lock button is super smooth. Usually I'll pop it out of my pocket while I'm walking, grab it in my hand, screw down, unlock, screw up, lock, right back into place. Easy. I haven't had any sticking with it, and I've been using it on and off for 3 months. Plus it's taken its beatings. I've dropped it out of my pocket. I've dropped it down a flight of stairs at work. Still going strong. Still not locking up on me. The trigger piece follows super smooth on this unit. Get a little back out on the button, just like most of the other clone mechs I own, but nothing that I would notice more so than anything else I own. Now back to the little size issue I have with the unit. The unit has a floating 510 connection, and the 18650 is super tight inside the unit itself. So if you have an Addy with an extended 510 connection, it's going to push down that floating 510, and you're going to have to adjust the screw pieces together. Now, when you have one that has an exceptionally long 510, it kind of feels like the unit is holding on to its last thread, and sometimes it actually is. But once you get it in there, and once you get everything situated and you give a good tight twist on it, it'll lock up tight and be super solid. But that's pretty much the only downside I have with this unit. And with a regular 510 Addy, or an extended 510 Addy, everything sits flush on this unit, and looks pretty snazzy doing it as well. Now, would I buy this unit again? Let me take a vape and ponder on that for a second. Yes. For 20 bucks, it's not heavy. I like the size of it. It's easy to use. It takes a beating. For 20 bucks, it hits pretty damn hard. I find myself using this probably about 2 to 3 days out of the week when I'm running back and forth to work, or just throwing it in the car. Sometimes I'll even leave it in the car because it's just easy for me to grapple with, or if I want to lock it and unlock it while I'm driving. Super simple. One hand does the trick. So yeah, for 20 bucks, I would definitely go online and take a look. Again, I have the stainless steel. I don't know how the aluminum hits. I have heard some good things about the aluminum, that it conducts electricity a little bit better than this. So if you wind up getting one of them and you see this video, hit me up in the description. Let me know, what you like about it. Let me know if that really equates to more power, because I mean, mine's hitting fine with just being stainless steel. But yeah, definitely keep me informed because I don't own everything. Alright guys, now usually this would be the end of the coil. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start throwing these little segments in on the end called the juice caboose. Thank you to my lovely assistant Sarah for that name. It's just going to be like an ending off of the show with a new juice I found out about. I'll get one-off juices as I'm running around buying new things or some recommendations. This week I was down at Henley Vaporium on right by Spring Street, downtown Manhattan. And I happened to go in there for some of my regulars. I was going to grab some Grandmaster 6mm. Unfortunately, they were out of stock. This happens sometimes. And Ahmed from the Plumes of Hazard was working that day, so I asked him for a quick recommendation, and he showed me Ripe Vapes VCT, which is vanilla, custard, tobacco. As you can see, this bottle is now empty because I blew through it during the week. Highly recommended for me at least. It's top quality juice. I kept coming back for more. I usually bounce around between a couple of different drips during the week, but that's been I dripped that whole bottle practically about 80% of the time this week. So, gotta love it. Again, I'll link a description or a link to the juice manufacturer below. Again, that's ripevapes.com, and also the place I picked it up, which is thehenley.com. They have great products over there, hold a bunch of great other juices, which I'll throw another juice caboose on in my next video. And as always, guys, if you haven't subscribed to the Coil and like what you saw, you can do that right here. Now, as always, remember, keep vaping your face off, and I hope that every one of your clouds has a silver lining. You have a good night, guys.